thanks for returning. I hope this video finds you happy and doing well. As you know by the thumbnail, this video is going to be a get ready with me using some new products. And as you can see, I'm at it again, doing the mostest with the eyelashes. So I picked up some eyelashes from Jameer, and these are mink lashes. Here are the lashes right here. Now of course I do have on the missing pair, but the other lashes are the top lashes. So I think these lashes are really nice. Now I do have the STILA After Hours palette, and it's a lot of glitter in this palette. Lots of glitter. So that's what's going on with the eyes. I also got the Tarte Kind is the New Pretty, and this is their foundation powder. And I do have this, let's see, this is the COVERGIRL Full Spectrum foundation. I hauled this a couple of videos back. So even though this is a foundation, I paired it to see if I could get a lot of my acne scarring. Anytime I get some acne, it literally takes 6 months or more for it to clear up. That's just how my skin is. So I paired these together. Of course you can already see what it looks like, but the other item that I used is the LA Girl Bright Beam Babe Highlight and Bronzer palette, and this is it right here. And here are the shades. They're really pretty, and I think the bronzer really is deep enough for my skin tone. You can definitely tell me what you think, and I'm thinking that may be it. Now I will have timestamps below if you just kind of want to skip through to see how a particular item applies. Again, I know this eye look is on the drastic side, but I just kind of wanted to see what a smoky glitter eyeshadow look would look like. And of course this type of look is not everyday look. This is just something above and beyond, over the top, but I definitely had fun doing it. So if you want to stick around and see how I got this look, then keep watching. So anyway, I already have my brows done, and I'm gonna go ahead and start off with my eyeshadow palette. I'm so excited. I think that I'm gonna go in with this deepest shade first, and I don't have on my glasses, and I don't, I don't know the name and I can't see it, so I'm gonna use that deepest shade first, and I'm gonna use just a classic, let's see, what am I going to use? I'm going to use my Urban Decay. I don't know. This is one of my Urban Decay brushes. I can't see the name. So again, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. And as you can see, there isn't any fallout. Okay, so can you see that? There's nothing coming out of the pan. No, there's no fallout. So I'm just going to add that shade like so. And I don't have my eyes set. I just used a regular, the Maybelline, what is this concealer that I used? I actually used two. I used the Maybelline Age Rewind and the Rimmel Stay Matte. And I am a little concerned with the shimmers in this palette, although they are beautiful. I saw a lot of videos where there was a lot of fallout, but that was mostly for the ladies who didn't wet their brush. But I'm gonna go ahead and wet my brush, and hopefully I won't run into that problem. So the next shade that I'm going to go in with is this one right here, this burgundy shade, and I'm just going to add that a little bit above, or just kind of mix it in, because the first shade that I applied appeared to be a little bit too cool tone, but there doesn't appear to be any fallout, which is nice. And then right under for my brow bone highlight, I'm going to use this shade. Is it this one? Yeah, I'm going to use this shade right here. So I never can decide when it's time to use the glitters and stuff like that, what I want to use. So I think I'm going to use this one right here. Let me bring it in closer. So I'm going to use this one right here. And I'm going to use a shader brush. And I'm just going to spray it with a setting spray and hope for the best. Gosh, that is so pretty. Whew. And I'm absolutely getting no fallout. Can y'all see that? It's none. And to have, and I don't like using little glitters on my face and having fallout. That is so annoying to me. So I'm gonna use do the other side. I'm gonna spray my brush again. Now it's funny because I did get a little fallout on this side. I guess I didn't wet my brush well enough. What I'm gonna do is go back in with this dark shade on the outer V and deepen it and just kind of deepen that up. Alright, so now I'm going to take this shade right here and put it on my lower lash line. That's a pretty shade. It's like I guess a burgundy shade. And I am definitely going to wet my brush. Wow, this is so metallic-y, so glittery. Very glittery. This is definitely not an everyday look. Definitely. Alright, and let's see. What am I gonna put in there? I think I'm gonna use this shade as I think I'm gonna use this shade as my inner eye highlight. And the reason that I'm going to use that is because it's like a different kind of consistency and it looks kind of pink. So, and you all just bear with me because I know you're looking at me like, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? Alright, so I really don't know how this is looking. I'm really going to know what it's looking like after I put on the lashes. I'm going to add a little bit of mascara. And I'm going to add a little bit of Tarte, what is this, Sex Kitten eyeliner. And now I'm going to go in with my lashes right here. I'm going to use those and I'll be back. Alright, so I'm back. And yes, I've done the mostest with these eyelashes. But I warned you all. You all saw the lashes before I even put them on. But anyway, on my lower lash line, I added this shade right here on the inner lower lash line. And on the lower lash line, on the outer V, I just went back in with this shade right here. So I actually do really love this palette. This palette is pretty much straight glitter, and the only metallic shade, well actually there are 3 metallic shades in this palette, but as you can see I elected to use the glitter. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch These are the metallic shades that are in the palette. And before I move into the foundation, let me just swatch a few of the glitter shadows. So if you're a fan of pressed glitters, and it's not the glitter, it's just some kind of finely milled, I don't know what you call it, but I love these shadows. Let's see, where can I swatch? There's the green. There's a shade. No. Oh, no, that wasn't. And here's one. And there's one. So I kind of feel like the camera really isn't doing it justice. The only thing is you would really need some glitter glue, because I still feel as though I did get some fallout even though I wet my brush. And as you can see, the pressed metallic-y glitters, I'm not sure what they're called right now, I can't see, but I will list it on the screen. They don't blend well, so that's why they're, you know, you can see the line. Those particular shadows don't blend well, or they don't blend at all. And if you do try to start to blend it a little bit, it flakes up a little bit and starts to fall. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead with the fun part, and that would be the foundation. So last year I was really into shadows and things like that, eyeshadows. This year I'm into foundation, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this CoverGirl Full Spectrum Matte Foundation, and I'm in the shade, what is this? Tan Golden. And again, if you want to see more of me testing out foundations and things like that during the day and at the gym, just different places, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. But I'm going to use I think I'm going to apply this with a brush. So I have a Morphe brush right here, and I'm going to go ahead and start applying it in sections. And I really do think that this is a really pretty foundation. I think that it holds up really well during the day. And for primers, I don't use primers, I just use my regular skincare. My skin type is pretty much normal. Throughout the day, I might get a little oily right up in here and right here, and that's it. Okay, and on this side, I think I'm going to use a sponge. And I do have some acne scarring here, and I'm going to try to cover that up. And it almost appears as though the sponge side is getting a little bit more coverage, or I'm getting a little bit more coverage on the sponge side. And I'm going to apply a little bit on my forehead. So I'm just going to go back over with my sponge everywhere. And the coverage is buildable, but I would say that the most that I'm really getting out of this is a medium coverage, because you can kind of still see my acne scarring right here and right there, but not that much. But I'm hoping that after I add the powder foundation, that it will all cover it. It will all be covered. So I think that I'm going to use my Milani Stay Matte Concealer. And I'm going to go ahead and blend that in. The drawback about having big lashes is that when you're trying to kind of smooth out your concealer, your lashes get in the way. And I know I could use a brush because a lot of people do that, but it's kind of getting in the way. Alright, so I'm going to add a little bit down here and a little bit right here, and I'm going to blend that in. Alright, so now that I have that looking how I want it, I think I am going to use this powder, this foundation, and I'm going to use a fluffy brush because I really don't want that much. I'm going to use my Real Techniques brush, and from what I was seeing on the internet when people were using this powder is that it's pressed kind of hard, so they were saying that they really couldn't get anything out of it, but as you can see, that's really not the case now because it's actually looks good. I think that it's a good color too, but you know, I like to lean a little bit deeper when with my foundations. Now that's not to say that I won't go a little bit lighter or whatever, but I prefer to go a little bit deeper. But I think that this powder is really pretty, and I think that it's covering up everything really well too. Alright, got that done. So now we're gonna go in with this baby right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and bronze and use this shade. So I'm gonna be very careful with that, and I'm just gonna go in. And it does have like a red tone to it. Do y'all see? See that? So it's gonna give you that real toasted out in the sun. Okay, I think I've overdone it, but that's okay. We're just gonna keep it moving. Alright, and then to set my under eye, I think I'm gonna use this powder right here. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know, I might mess up totally. But I think I'm gonna use my sponge and just get it on my sponge and go for it. And just kind of press it in and hope that it looks right. Ooh, pretty. It's pretty. It's so pretty. Uh-oh. I think this was a bust. I probably put too much down there. Highlighter. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna use this shade right here. See, both of them look the same. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna do this. Wow, and put a little here and a little there. Wow, this is pretty. Huh. I don't know, can you all see that? Very pretty. Alright, and I'm gonna use a little bit of the pink. I'm just gonna add a little bit of that. It seems so reflective, doesn't it? But I guess that's what it's supposed to do, right? That is so pretty. Alright, I'm gonna take another brush and kind of blend that out a little bit. So pretty. Alright, so for my lips, I'm gonna go with a nude. Alright, so I have a lipstick by Iman, and I don't know, I think this is Striptease, but this is it. This is like a metallic-y nude. I'm gonna just use this. So I think that's it. This is the look. This is the final look. And I don't know. I don't think the eyes are I don't know. The eyes are okay. The eyeshadow look is okay, I think. I personally like the lashes. I just love big lashes. This palette, I'm gonna go back to the store and see. Nah, I don't need it. I really don't, because this is enough. This is a pretty palette. If you all like, I mean, have you all been on the search for this palette, this face palette? I've been seeing the eyeshadow palettes, but not the face palettes. Love this. The powder, love this powder. I think that it's pretty. I think the color is, you know, it's really good too. The foundation is beautiful. I can already tell you this. I've already tested this foundation and given it a run, and it's always been magnificent. And again, I've worn it out, so you can just kind of see wear test. If you're interested in going on my Instagram to check that out, definitely do that. As far as the palette, I like this palette. I really like the matte shadows as well. I think that they blend really well, even over wet concealers when it's not set. A lot of eyeshadows out there get weird and patchy, and I honestly don't think that this did. Now, the glitter that I have on, the brown glitter, it is what it is. I noticed that it really doesn't, if you do try to kind of smooth it out and blend it out, then it will flake away and fall off. You know, I'm doing a lot of blinking, so there's a lot of movement on my eye, but there's not, you know, any glitter. I feel as though it's falling down. You can tell me what you think, but love this palette, and I love the glitters, and I'm actually happy because this is, out of all of the eyeshadow palettes that I own, this is the only STILA eyeshadow palette. As far as these lashes, okay, so, you know, I love them. I like them. They're dramatic, and that's just what I like, you all. Some ladies like the smaller ones, you know. I just like the more dramatic, fluffy ones. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to go to the grocery store with this type of stuff on. This is clearly if I'm going to a party or a concert or something like that. This is not everyday wear, because I don't want you all thinking that woman is crazy. But anyway, thank you all so much for just kind of watching, and let me know what you all think of all of these products that I applied. Do you have any of them? Will you be picking any of them up? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until my next video, smooches.